Hey, welcome to this series on Facebook, top of the funnel, Facebook ads. What we're going to do here is let me show you using a campaign that I've already set up so that we could go through it. This is a campaign that's using a software called AdEspresso. Running, using AdEspresso as a tool that you'll probably see me use time and time again, especially on the data analysis side. It's pretty easy to use, especially from the standpoint of being able to show about your client if you're in my position, or if it just makes things easier. Let me put it that way. It reduces the time that it takes to build a campaign. So this done, we've got 3 headlines, 2 ad text. This is, we're still in the pre-stages before we run. There's a lot of changes that are being made on the landing page, which is going to affect how we're going to use this language here on the front end. And so I'm waiting for that to be done. So, what you see is we've got 3 headlines here that we've added to the campaign, 2 on the ad tech side, and we've got 4 images right here. And these images, once again, images is everything. Images is, it's 75% of the total campaign. So certainly it represents a larger amount of, how things convert than just, strictly the headlines and everything. So really top of the funnel, the way I like to look at it is, how do we take things that we don't know what works yet? Certainly we can do things like competitive research. We can do, some things on that end that'll give us some answers and how to, structure out to begin with. But really here, we're looking for a combination of these factors here on the headline side, the ad tech. Really the images, we're grasping for straws here. We're going to run, for this 30 to 50 total images before this top-tiered campaign would be done. Certainly there's a lot of testing that's going to be involved. So we've got the final URL, this is not it. We don't have the landing page that's ready just yet, and this is because we've got a different team that's working on that. So I am waiting on that, and as soon as I get the URL, I'll be able to implement, and it will go. Display link on this, once again, we're using this base. Link description, I'm not doing 2 right now. Excuse me. I'm not doing 2 right now, and that's really because, I don't think the link description is going to make much of more of a difference right now between the headlines, ad text, images, calls to action, and then certainly the way we're going to target both on placements, which is desktop, mobile, and Instagram. Audience network might not be a bad idea because, once again, we're looking for generating leads, and is audience network preferable? Always no. Rarely do I run it. Usually, do I start out running it? Sure, I will. Not always, but depends on the client. Here, I may not run it. It just depends. But anyhow, you can get an idea of here's what generating all of these different combinations of the fundamentals of a Facebook ad that we've already reviewed, and Facebook fundamentals of Facebook ads is we're looking at this top line up here. This is our ad text. This tired of just getting by, and down here below it is this, in brackets, free ebook, unbracket, strategies to maximize your IQ. This is your headline, and then this is our link description, boost your memory, concentration mood now. And then we have our link, the actual link URL display on that. So you can see that it runs multiple iterations of this. This is the long ad text versus the short. And then it's going to run these longs for several variations, and then obviously it's going to change things up. So maximize your IQ versus strategies to maximize your IQ. It's going to be changed. So multiple iterations on this. Keep looking down. The idea behind this is we're going to run several of these. Let's just see which one works. I mean, we don't know. Once again, the idea, especially at this stage, is just to get an idea and to figure out what we're going to do with it. So, what we're looking for is we're tracking with the Pixel that we've already installed. And if you need to figure out how to install Pixels, maybe just YouTube that real quick and come back to this. But the idea at this point is to already have the tracking pixel that we're going to measure with installed on the thank you page after they've completed the short form, which will be optional first name and then their email. So let's go ahead, and using this software, we're just going to go ahead and proceed. We're targeting the United States right now, all people, or all female, male and female. And we're doing it by targeting 18 to 24 age bracket, 25 to 32, 33 to 39, 40 to 47, 48 to 56. And we're looking at using we're looking at using the income brackets here. I know this is not always reliable, but it does kind of cut out some on this, which we really need to dial this audience down a little bit because we're not running high of a budget just yet. And this is obviously using interest here, which I'm actually currently testing a new one, but we're actually on this. We run this. I'm not even running this yet, but I've got another campaign, that's built out with different, behavior models instead of interest models. But for now, this is just going to give us an idea. The idea is to go ahead and get that first 100 people, website visitors through the website that's going to be tracked on the Pixel. That way you can go ahead and trigger it. That way you can build lookalikes, and that way you can just reach out to new audiences in ways where you can try to apply different targeting and different interests, age groups, etc. And that's really where you kind of get into this. And you got the 1% lookalike, which I guess looks like it's already built for this. I'm not sure really how it's yet, but looks like I've already built it. Obviously, this is a campaign that I haven't come to in a little bit of time, but So this is what we're looking at, building a campaign, and when the campaign ships, it's going to look, we're going to be able to go back and use. We're going to be able to use software like this to be able to get an overall idea of what our conversion rate, cost per conversion, amount of conversions, amount we've spent, impression rates, clicks, cost per click, click-through rate. So all these squiggly lines, it looks like looks like someone who just might have a little bit of a difficult time, keeping it straight. It represents something. So what we're looking at here is, well, a couple things. And I mean, obviously, everything that we've done on this side has been a result of this. We go back and we look at on the Facebook dashboard side, all of these campaigns that we've run here have led to these 4 active campaigns that are running now. So whether we're running here in the UK, which is the campaign I've just restarted back, and whether we're running a retargeting to the sales conversion on the sales page, or we're targeting top of the funnel people here on both the US dropshipping on this Pixel, which this is kind of a new one. Oops. This is a new one. We're getting a decent cost per lead at 189. Cool with that. The UK size 201. Cool with that. We haven't got anything for this 40s age group, and I noticed there's a little nugget of information that showed me at like 44 through 47 there was an uptick in people that were coming through and a really good ROI in that age group. So what I did was I ran this campaign that really focused on every a 2-year span. So 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, etc. to the 40s. And that's just started running, so I don't really have a grasp on what's going on here. It's just showing one click. We know it's not real time, but the idea behind this is you're going to go through multiple iterations, and I mean obviously these are US, UK, Australia, That's New Zealand in here, yeah. And a lot of these we're not running back on those because we, once again, on this campaign, it got down to an 18% conversion ratio on the top of the funnel. And, well, actually, excuse me, 14%. Let me look here. Let me go back to this, hang on. All right, so on these iterations, okay, so I mean, it's showing, on these iterations on this funnel, I mean, obviously this funnel is not the one running, but we got down to 19%. Let me go back to the one running on the Facebook side because I know it's gonna, yeah. All right, so on the Facebook side, we've, on the top of the funnel, which is the email opt-in, got down to 14.18%. Then you can see the progression to 31, 35, 50, now to 60. And it's dropped a little bit since we've actually started making this video. So it's dropped, about 0.8% here, 0.08% here. So anyhow, this is going to be, we're going to have to keep keep an eye on this. We want to keep it, anything 50% above is great. I think it's winning. 6% is great. We're going to hold this forever? No. But the idea is to keep an eye and monitor that. And the way that we do that is obviously through our ads that we're running on the front end here. They're still running. And if you look here on the account side, so you can get an idea. I mean, some of these are new. I mean, this is a campaign that's been running 2% click-through rate, a CPR of 0.789 British pounds. We've had 727 clicks, 287 conversions, 40% overall conversion rate, which is solid. And some of these other campaigns that we've kicked back on the UK side is running at 30%. And then this one that's running, that we just started running on the 7th, which is about maybe not even a day in. I mean, we've only had, we've had 34 clicks, that's not bad. Let's see. So you can see a 0.95, so that's not bad. I mean, we're doing pretty good here. 8 conversions. You need to get that up, but we got a CPA that's really high compared to these other two that's less than 2 British pounds. So we've got got a lot of fine tuning on this campaign. But the idea is to kick them out and keep iterating, and obviously you have to keep an eye on them and keep your conversion rates up. And I mean, this is an overall estimate since we started running back on the 10th of May to this point now, which our conversion rates, even on a daily basis, it varies. I mean, 30%, 30%, 24%, 27. 32, 28, 26, 25, 22. So it varies. But the idea is to build the campaigns and take it and iterate from each and every one of those. So to recap on this, we want to take campaigns, we want to use multiple headlines, multiple ad texts, and we want to find which combinations of those along with our image sets is going to produce the best click-through rates and the best CPA, which is our cost of conversion, which right now is at less than 1.5 British pounds. So this is the first step in the top of the funnel, Facebook ads. We want to look at doing is go ahead and start building out multiple. Taking taking what we've learned in the fundamentals and building out headlines, ad text, and building out multiple versions of those. Let's take it and apply it to some campaigns. So go ahead and take it where each ad campaign has 3, 4 headlines, 3, 4 ad text, 3, 4 images, and put that out. Let's see what the results are, and then start iterating and start looking at how do we optimize through this process.